How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to yet another weekly warehouse update. Got some exciting stuff this week. We're gonna kick it off with, people were asking about the P2X because they had the P2X that dropped that was a Berg USDGC edition one. We now have the next release, which is a sick Huck Lab Flex 3 D-Line P2X. We got them in orange, and it looks like we have them in white. These things look incredible. I love the Huck Lab. If you're an older player like me, then you understand why the Huck Lab's sick. If you're a newer player, then all you gotta do is just watch it like spin, and then you understand. It's just super cool. It used to be the trendy thing to have it dyed on your disc, and people would throw rollers with them, and it was mesmerizing. Now they're stamped on Discmania. Very, very cool there. We also have a restock on P2s, okay, but these are special because they're Flex 1 P2s, and they put the Sky God stamp on the bottom, which historically has always been tied to Simon. Obviously, it's not tied to Simon anymore, but they're still using it. So really fun Sky God bottom stamped P2s. These are sick. So these are just the Flex 1. I believe they're all Flex 1. No, these are Flex 2. So we have every Flex with the Sky God stamp on the bottom. So some new Discmania. If you're looking to pick up a new putter for the new year, check out the P2X or the P2. The P2X is basically just a beaded version, a little bit lower profile too of the P2.
Okay, big Kastaplast restock over here. Very, very exciting. We've got pretty much all of them. Well, this is a very good selection of Kastaplast right now, and we've got some very cool discs. So I'm gonna go just across and run you through what we've got here. One of the newer ones here, the Alva distance driver, 11 speed, a little bit of a neutral flyer. They've really rounded out their lineup now. Kastaplast has been around long enough now that they've kind of got a lot of their slots filled in. For a while, they were really starting to try to build that out. We've got Berg X's right now. If you're not familiar with the Berg X, these bad boys are the more overstable version of the Berg, and we still have some really awesome Berg X's that have mountain ranges on them. I know we have ones that have the Grand Tetons on here like this. Here's another one. This is the Denali mountain from Alaska, and it has like the altitude as well. And if we have any, yeah, we've also got some that have Mount Rushmore on there. Not quite as tall as the others, huh? But pretty cool. These are really cool stamps and a very cool looking Berg X. So yeah, you definitely want to try to get your hands on one of them, because if you don't, I will. These things look incredible. So we got the Berg X. We've also got the original Berg, of course. We got those in like the baseline plastics. We also have, no, I think we just have those in the baselines right now. These are all in K3 and K3 hard. So this is the straighter flying iteration of that disc. We've got the Falk. This is a understable 9-speed driver, the Gote, right here. This is a very straight mid-range. I have thrown this one quite a bit, and I do really like this. This thing is a dead straight flyer, very glidey as well. Moving down a little bit, we've got the Cax and Cax Z. These are like some of their flagship discs, basically 6 speeds, which I love. I honestly at some point need to bag one of these. Because I love 6 speeds. They just go a little further than your mids, but not quite like a 9-speed fairway that is very popular these days. The Cax, a little bit more overstable. The Cax Z, a little bit straighter. These ones are in baseline as well, and they have this really cool stamp on them. I think these are a unique disc. If you've never tried any Kastaplast, this is a great place to start, because this is one of their real flagship molds. They also have it in the soft plastic as well, which is super gummy. People love Kastaplast plastic. We've got the iDog, or the eDoog, I believe it's pronounced. This is one of their newer discs as well, 7-speed fairway driver, kind of meant to just be their straight to slightly overstable fairway, and it does just that. Great disc there. We've got the Gold. This is kind of meant to be their fast and overstable distance driver here. These things rock. They're really good. They're 13 speeds. They've got consistent fade, but they're not uselessly overstable. They go really far, very comfy in the hand. This plastic is just good. We got the Grimex. We got the Nord, the Rask, the Yarn. We've got literally everything right now. I will also talk about the Nord because this is in my bag currently. We still have some of these Luke Sampson Tour Series ones. I have this exact run in my bag. I love these. They feel to me very similar to a Rock 3, but they're like overstable for Rock 3, not like crazy overstable to where they're just gonna dump out on you, but they're gonna give you much more reliable fades. So that's kind of what I use this disc for in my bag, and I've been loving it. If you've never seen the Rask, also I should show you this. This is like, I think the first or second disc they ever came out with. You can see something weird through the flight plate there, and that is like, there's this second groove on here. When you're throwing a forehand, you almost can like put your one finger in between there against the rim and the other one sits here. It's like what it's kind of built for. And yeah, like one of the most unique driver designs you'll ever see. Yeah, just all the molds restocked right now. The yarn's another great one. Overstable approach disc from them, a bit faster than like your zones per se. So great stuff here. And then the one I'm holding here, the lots or the lutes, a nice 9-speed there as well. So yeah, check out Kastaplast right now because, almost forgot these. We do have some premium Bergs right now, and they're incredible. Look at that. We've got ice cube stamps on the clear Bergs in the K1 plastic. These are so sick. These Bergs and Berg X's we have right now are absolutely nuts, so make sure to go snag one.
Back over in the release shelf, in the restock shelf, we have some Gateway putters going back up. Well, not all Gateway. First off, we have the Reptilian Disc Golf Stego. This is made by Gateway. Touted as one of the most overstable approach discs on the market. Whenever I was talking about how overstable the Zone OS was, people kept telling me that's because you haven't done a Stego yet. That thing's a joke. So if you want to see what that's like, check out the Stego. It is a very unique shape, extremely overstable. It's definitely one of those weird discs that you can like pull out your bag and your buddies will all be like, what the heck is that thing? And it's just a Stego. But from Gateway, we've got the Magic, which Trevor's been absolutely loving the Magic. He throws it a lot. We got it in a bunch of different plastic. This is some of the best feeling Gateway plastic I've ever felt. Their Super Glow SS right here. That thing's awesome. We also have some Lunar Magics, it looks like. Lunar's kind of like their rubber blend, so it gives you a nice tacky, a little bit softer in the hand feeling. The Voodoo is the next one down the line. I actually used to use the Voodoo for my outside the circle putts because it's a little bit of an understable putter. It has a ton of glide, and so what I was doing is I was putting with, I think it was PA3s inside the circle, and outside the circle I was putting with Voodoos, and I used to make a lot of putts that way. Maybe I should go back. I don't know. The Voodoo is awesome. You know, maybe the Voodoo will be my putter for January. I gotta find it. I'm going with the least selling putters from our website of the previous month is what I'm putting with the next month. And so there's obviously always gonna be a bunch of ties at 0 and 1. And I think we had some Voodoos in stock. And so, cause November we'll film, it's a long story. I might do the Voodoo. I like the Voodoo a lot. We also have a bunch of Wizards, the Lunar Plastic Wizard. We got some, what is that? Super Sure Grip Polymer Wizard. And then more Wizards. More Wizards. We got every kind of wizard. Some of these aren't going to all be up on the site today. Some will be added next week. But the final one I want to talk about is the Warlock. This is what Simon Lizotte said back in the day was the best putter mold on the market. And it's a good reason. It feels absolutely incredible. I was actually feeling up, I think it was, I don't know what plastic it was. I think we had some Sure Grip ones somewhere. But anyways, Quadruple S Eraser Warlocks. If you're looking for just a really, really comfortable beadless putter to use to ring in the new year and ring them chains, then check out the Warlock or any of Gateway putters. This is what, the putters from Gateway is what made their name. And they really do have some of the widest variety of baseline plastic and some of the best feeling baseline plastic depending on what you're looking for. And obviously the Wizard is their bread and butter. So you can check all of that out over on the site.
New finish line discs. Very excited about it. I've already tested these molds. I tested them when they were in the prototyping stage, and they're both great. So I'm going to tell you about them. One I'm really, really excited about. First one I'm going to talk about is, I don't want to start with that one. I'm going to start with the other one. First one I'm going to talk about is the Sector. Okay, this is their straight mid-range. So Finish Line already has the Supra. That's the disc I throw. And that one is quite flippy. You do get a lot of hyzer flips out of this. The Sector is a bump up from that. I would say a pretty similar feel. It's a little bit deeper, but like it has the same kind of agreeable feel in the hand. If you throw this with like 350 feet of power and up, you can throw it and get it to pop up to flat, but it's just gonna go dead straight. Any less power, you can probably just throw it flat and it'll just go straight, and then it has just a little bit of fade at the end. So it's a very straight disc. You can get a turnover out of it if you crank over on it, but yeah, it's just a very dead straight flyer. The other one I'm gonna tell you about is the Chicane, and this thing is incredible. Okay, this is their overstable approach disc. This is probably one of the closer molds to the Zone that I've seen. It is very, very close to the Zone. It almost reminds me of a Zone depth with a Toro kind of shape to it, because I would say, in my experience, it's a little more overstable than a typical Zone, but it has a beautiful flight, a really reliable fade, awesome for forehands and backhands. This is a super, super well done overstable approach disc. Some companies get it right, some companies don't. This is a very good mold. You got this Launch Z Edition stamp, or not Z Edition, just Launch Edition stamp with the kind of Finish Line tire track design there. It is really, really nice. I highly recommend checking both of these out, especially if you've thrown the Finish Line stuff before. I also want to mention They really upped, this one even has glimmer in it. They really upped their plastic. Whenever these got shipped to me, I felt the Finish Line plastic for like a year now, every time they come out with it. And these are an upgrade in my opinion. I think, especially in some of these colors, like this like ice, like see-through light blue one is just like insane. So if you haven't tried Finish Line yet, these are the molds to jump in with because they're both really, really good. So make sure to check these out. We only have a few of them, but you're gonna love them. They're really great discs.
And last but not least, I know many of you, like me, have been listening to Christmas music for well over a month now, but we're finally actually in the month of December, meaning Christmas is right around the corner. So if you're looking for that final purchase to round out that Christmas gift for your favorite disc golfer, let me walk you through some stuff that pretty much everyone's guaranteed to like as long as they like foundation. First off, we have our college hats. These are basically structureless dad hats, more or less. Let me rephrase how I said all of that, because I called it a college hat, but then that just makes no sense, but it's called it because of the logo. Where do you want me to start? Can you cut when I just go to there?
Yeah.
First off, we have one of our most popular hats of all time. We first released these back at Worlds. They fit a wide variety of head sizes because I have a very small head. Trevor has a very big head. His head's very large in size too, and they fit both of us. So you can just readjust it back here. I haven't talked to a camera in about a week and a half, so my words are just all over the place. But we got them in black. We got them in this sick bone color, I believe is what we call this one, and then a nice bone and walnut here. Gorgeous. So these are very trendy. People are absolutely loving them. If you're more of a classic hat person, we still have plenty of our just original performance dad hats. These things are awesome. Sweat wicking. If you get some sweat marks on them, you just run them under cold water and it goes right away. I've wore these like literally all day, every day. They're my go-to hat all the time. We have them in a bunch of different colors too. They're awesome. You're more of a trucker hat type of guy, but you still want that performance material. We have our performance truckers. So these have the mesh back, but they're performance material. They have a nice Velcro strap with some elastic there, so it gives you almost a flex fit type of a feel, but with the adjustability. So these are very, very fun. And then if you're like, hey, that's all good and great, but I'm buying for someone who's not a hat guy, still want to represent foundation, really easy way are wristbands. We got a bunch of wristbands that just say Foundation Disc Golf. I'm a huge wristband guy. I'm always rocking those. Or if you're looking to fill out a stocking or anything like that, we have plenty of good stocking stuffers such as minis. We have minis to represent Grip Lock, Tour Life, Robbie C, Foundation. We also have a bunch of patches. You can check out like the Yuli Horse patch, the Bogey Bros patch. We got some Dark Horse patches. We got the classic Foundation patch. We still got plenty of Ripped Revenge. And if you live somewhere like where it's still going to be humid and hot and all that all winter long, which I know a lot of people do, you can check out all of our grip sacks. Or if you're just looking to buy a gift for your buddy, he's gonna need this come spring or summer. We have these of a bunch of different designs as well. So all that, so much more is live now over at foundationdisc.com. And we'll be back next week to tell you about all the new stuff that's coming in the warehouse.